Hello everyone, my name is Snehal Chavan and my today's topic is the nervous system. Nervous system, it is the system which coordinates all our body movements with the brain. Like whatever activities we are doing, like walking, running, everything it is controlled by the nervous system. The nervous system, it transmits impulses to the body parts for the movements to be performed. Now, the basic and structural unit of the nervous system is the neuron. As the cell is the basic unit of life, similarly, neuron is the basic unit of a nervous system. Now, let's see about the neuron. Neuron, it is composed of three parts. First, it is a cell which is composed of three parts. First is our cell body, then is our axon and the axon terminals. In the cell body, there is the presence of nucleus which controls all the activities of the cell, and around the cell body there are presence of dendrites. These dendrites, they are responsible for transmission of signals. Then on the axon there is the presence of a insulating fat material which is called as myelin sheath. Okay. Then after that there are the axon terminals. These axon terminals, they also transmit the impulses. Okay. Then talking about the types of neurons, there are two types of neurons. We can say types of signal transmitting neurons. First is sensory neurons and second is the motor neurons. The function of sensory neurons is to transmit the signals from the sensory organs to the brain, and the function of motor neurons is to transmit signals from brain to the sensory organs, or we can say the other parts of the body. Okay. Now, after neuron, whatever the signal transmission is there, it occurs by two processes. First is electrical transmission and second is chemical transmission. So, the electrical impulse transmission, it occurs within the neuron. See, the transmission, it must occur from the cell body to the axon terminal. So, within the neuron, whatever the transmission of impulses occur, it occurs by the electrical impulses, and between two neurons whatever the transmission of signal occurs, it occurs by the chemical method. Okay, so chemical means what? There is a secretion of certain chemicals, okay, which are called as neurotransmitters. These chemicals are signal and there is synapse between the two neurons, and then the transmission of signal occurs. Now the chemicals, which are those chemicals? There are certain examples. For example, GABA is there, GABA, GABA. Glutamate is there. These are the chemicals which are secreted. Acetylcholine is there, which uh, we can say control the transmit of signal between the two neurons. Then our actual nervous system, it is classified into two types. First is the central nervous system. Central is what? Ki whatever parts of nervous system which are present in the central axis of the body come under the central nervous system, and the peripheral nervous system, which includes the parts of the nervous system which are located at the periphery. Okay, so in the central, what parts are located? The first is our brain and spinal cord. This comes under the central nervous system, and in the peripheral nervous system comes the cranial nerves and the spinal nerves. Okay, now whatever the nerve impulses are transmitted, for example, let's take the example of something, hot pan is there. Okay, and I'll touch the hot pan. So how I'll get to know? Okay, I'll have to take the hands off from there. So it is due to the nervous system that signal is transmitted by the motor neuron to the hand. Yes, you have to take off the hand from the pan because it is hot. So whatever these impulses are transmitted, they are transmitted within seconds, within microseconds. You can say it's very quick movement. Okay. Now there is one more concept called as efferent neurons and afferent neurons. These are nothing but a sensory neurons and the motor neurons. Okay, they are just renamed. Okay. Now in our nervous system, we are having other, you can say, processes like the action potential and the rest membrane potential. Now first let's discuss what rest membrane potential means. In a cell, whatever the you can say charges are there, there are negative charges inside the cell membrane and positive outside the cell membrane. This is the rest potential, and when the nerve impulses are transmitted, there is change in these impulses which is called as action potential. Now how to maintain this potential? it is maintained by the sodium potassium pump. Okay, so this pump, they transfer the sodium and potassium inside and outside the cell, and thus the potential of the cell is maintained. So this is all about our nervous system, which is the very important system of our body because it coordinates with all other systems of the body and gives them signals. All these signal transmission, that it occurs via nervous system. Therefore it is the most important system of our body. Thank you so much.